My name is Michelle, and Brian and I were close friends. We danced here for probably 2.5 years, and in this room, and we had just recently connected a couple months before he left us, before he passed away. And I just want to share a little bit of my experience of him with you. There was a time when Brian and I were cooking in his kitchen, we were listening to music, and he shared this song with me by Michael Hedges, one of his favorite music idols. It's called Woman of the World, and I'll just read one stanza from it. It says, "To the woman of the world, shows me the secret seeds she planted in my heart. Her breath is cool to sway me, roots you down. Her eyes begin to shine. My love runs leaf and vine through the woman of the world." This song is indicative of the love that Brian felt for the women in his life. His mother, his sisters, his close friends, his past and present loves. To be with Brian was to feel loved, cared for, adored, seen, and nourished. I love collaborating recipes with Brian. We'd cook a lot. I love to cook, and Brian did too. There was a time when we spent 2 hours perfecting a simple sloppy joe recipe. And if we needed something from the refrigerator, he wheeled this desk chair to it and said, "I'll be in my office." He loved to cook, and he loved to cook for others. If you were sick, he brought you food. If you were well, he brought you food. And he was one of the most generous people that I've ever known. He was also very compassionate. There was a particular Sunday morning I was here at dance, and I wasn't having a great time. So I went over to a corner to find somewhere to cry. He noticed and followed me off the dance floor. And he just sat with me and held my hands. And I think that was one of the first times we connected. I was back there on the stairs in the corner. And I cried and he talked, which is what Brian did. And as I stared at his hands for some reason, he talked about this empathic connection that he started to feel between the two of us. And I so appreciate having that memory. Excuse me. To me, that was the beginning of a beautifully deeper connection between the two of us. Brian's love embraces me, and it probably always will. I am forever changed and blessed by having him in my life. And I'll leave you with this poem by Rumi. It says, "In your light, I learned to love. In your beauty, how to make poems. You dance inside my chest where no one sees you. But sometimes I do. And that sight becomes this art." Thank you, Brian.